Filipinos. Personally, what does it mean for the three of you to win a good crown on June 9? How would you define a good crown, and what does it mean to win a good crown on June 9?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. So for me, pageantry it just kind of fell on my lap in a way. I didn't come to the Philippines to pursue it. I came to be a nurse. So when it came to me, I just went with it, and now I'm so passionate about what I do, not because of the fame or, fame's nice, but at the end of the day, I love it. I love feeling empowered. I love gaining knowledge every day about this industry. I love meeting people like you guys. It's so nice to just connect with everybody. Winning a good crown, for me, not only does it mean to continue to promote my advocacy for education and literacy, but it's just being a voice. I've always had this just thing in my heart where I want to give, constantly give. I think that's why I wanted to be a nurse. And now with a good crown, I have the power to do that. I can give to the best of my abilities. It's like that question, what would you do if you won like $1 million? I have everything that I want in life. I'm very content. I would just share the blessing with everybody. And that would make me the happiest, is when I can see other people be happy. That's what I would do. Thank you.
Julia? Julia?
That's a great question, because I think it speaks to our motivations for coming here and to what we want to achieve with this. And for me, I think I mentioned this on one of our interviews, but I've spent the last 6 years abroad, and it has really been such an incredible opportunity. I was studying on scholarship, and I traveled to almost 60 countries with my scholarships, which has been such an incredible gift. And I've really been able to understand what it means to be a Filipino in a globalized world. And I've witnessed firsthand how our local situation here in the Philippines is affected and shaped by, these global decision makers, these global actors, these global forces that we sometimes are not privy to actually witnessing or seeing firsthand. And I think the most poignant example of this was when I was working as a climate activist at the UN, and there were leaders who denied that climate change existed because of their own political agendas. And here in the Philippines, we don't have that privilege. Millions of Filipinos are displaced and dying every year because of extreme weather events due to climate change. And that to me just revealed and showed just how important it is to have people who are aware of these gaps, who are aware of how our local situation here in the Philippines is really shaped by these global forces. And this to me is a global position. It is not just about pursuing a dream. It is not just about representing our country, but it is about being a spokesperson and being able to point to these injustices, being able to point to how the balance of power is not tilted in our favor as Filipinos. And I think that when you have someone who's able to speak to this, when you have someone who loves her country so much because she believes in the power and the potential of her country and her people, then you can have someone who can really make a change. And to me, I'm a very directed person. I wasn't actually supposed to join this year. I was supposed to join next year because I wanted some training. I was supposed to finish my master's, but I just felt that after Cat 1 I have to come back because this is it. And so for me, I personally want the universe, and everyone of course has their own goals and their own desires, but I think for me it's about harnessing the power of the platform so I can create more opportunities and possibilities for Filipinos. And it's not just about creating opportunities here, but it's really creating opportunities around the world, because I think we can be globally competitive. I believe in it.
And Patch?
That was amazing. So, wow.
Take us home, Patch. Take us home.
No pressure. So what does a good crown mean for me? So a lot of people ask me, you're already a lawyer, why pursue pageantry? Like what's the point? What's the connect? Like why? And what people don't, I what people don't see, what I only saw in the beginning when I was starting this journey, is that lawyers and beauty queens aren't I'm sorry aren't all that different. A lawyer is an advocate for his client, an advocate for justice, and a beauty queen is the same. A beauty queen is a woman with influence, a woman with power, who can advocate for the causes that she believes in. And I was able to see, because when you're in law school, your track is just a law firm, or maybe the government, and then just climb the ranks, and then hopefully fight for justice, or maybe if your clients are big companies, then that's a completely different thing. But I was able to see that there's so much opportunity to help other people when you have that influence. I had no idea that there was this kind of opportunity for beauty queens. We each of us, we have advocacies, and the past queens like Catriona has this amazing advocacy with children in Tondo, Manila, and this is something that isn't highlighted in beauty pageants, but it's one of the most significant effects and the most significant things that a queen does. So as a lawyer with my own interests, with my own advocacies, personally I want to be an advocate for the marginalized and those underrepresented sectors. And I also want to, it's a big dream, but I want to eradicate poverty in the Philippines. And what I'm seeing is that when you're a beauty queen, you have such a loud voice, you have such a wide audience, and I know that that will propel my cause even further than if I were just a lawyer.